Today on Suncoast View, Sarasota's new Bayfront plan is one step closer to reality. But what will happen to the Van Wezel? We'll discuss.
It's the longest running event in the sports world. We'll show you how to get ready for this year's Kentucky Derby and where to celebrate right here on the Suncoast.
Florida Studio Theater is showing us Shakespeare in a whole new way. We'll meet the cast of Shakespeare's greatest hits and test our knowledge on the playwright. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Rebecca Hopkins, Managing Director at Florida Studio Theater.
So happy to be here, as always.
I hear congratulations are in order for an anniversary you're celebrated.
Yes, I just had my 20th anniversary because I arrived at the theater at age 3. And,
You're so talented, so young.
Congratulations.
Yeah, most days it feels like it flies by. Other days it feels every day of those 20 years.
But in an industry where there's no security, you've been there 20 years.
I know, isn't that amazing? I was talking to my husband about that I have actually been working in live theater for 20 years full time.
That's awesome.
Right, that is
And
a
that's
true
impossible.
accomplishment.
Yes.
It really is. And
Without moving.
without moving.
Yes.
Unheard of.
Sarasota
It is.
is such a great place, and we're lucky because a lot of our arts organizations have leadership that have been here for years and years, because who's going to poach you away? How are you going to beat Sarasota?
Exactly.
It's so cool, too, to see that you took from one building with, 2 stages to the now 3 buildings with 5 stages. It's amazing to me.
And it just shows
really
don't
grown.
listen to people when they give you advice on your career. Because they would say, don't go into theater, there's no security there.
Right. Or they'd say, don't go to Sarasota, you should be in New York or Chicago.
Right.
But
Yes,
how long would that be?
Well, actually, my original intention was to be in Sarasota for a year while I figured out New York or Chicago.
Okay.
And then it just turned into...
It stuck.
decades.
Well, we're so glad it did.
You know what else is impressive? That picture we saw of everyone at the
Yes.
theater,
Yeah.
surprising. That was a surprise for you, right?
Yes.
So that was an event that you did not throw. That is what is amazing.
Surprising the boss.
How they all kept that
They
from
just
you.
came.
They sorta kept
Okay.
it.
You can't keep secrets with actors.
Yeah.
I knew they were doing something. I mean, I had people RSVPing to me.
Oh, that's hysterical.
But I had no idea what they were doing.
Right.
And it
Well,
was truly amazing.
You sort of want to know so you can look nice.
Yeah.
You don't want to look terrible in all the pictures of the event. So
Yeah,
you
I
sort of want
threatened
to
to
know.
show up in shorts and a t-shirt.
Like you didn't know a thing.
They had to spill it then.
Yeah.
That's very funny. Well, congratulations. We're very proud of you and certainly appreciative for everything you've done with
Yes.
Florida Studio Theater for us. So it's
Well,
been
thank
great
you
to
so
have
much.
you here.
It's been a nice marriage all the way
I'll
around.
top that.
We also have a good friend in the kitchen today. We have Topher from State Street Eating House back with us. What are we making today?
Hey guys, today we're going to be making a mint julep and one of State Street's riffs on an old fashioned today. So keeping with the simple whiskey cocktails for your Kentucky Derby parties for you.
All right, yes, we are getting ready for the Derby, and who better to call, of course, than State Street Eating House. And Joey, I know that you're an old-fashioned and Manhattan fan, and he has spread that love to me, and something we have learned together over the past
brown
year.
liquor. I've become a fan of brown liquor in the last couple of years. And,
Oh, my.
yeah, it's very tasty. There's a reason why those cocktails have stuck around.
I agree.
For a while, and then State Street's take on them.
Yeah, and lots of different kind of riffs, which is fun. So we look forward to joining Topher there. Speaking of the Derby, we're going to talk a lot about the Derby with the YMCA and some fun hats coming up. But if you've ever wanted to go, it's not out of the question in terms of airfare. And Joey suggested that we bring this up because we're a little hard on Allegiant Airlines occasionally. Now, I will tell you that I just traveled back and forth to Cincinnati with them this weekend and had a perfectly lovely experience. So if the Derby is on your bucket list and you're still able to pull it off, you can fly out of Punta Gorda or you can fly out of St. Pete Clearwater on Allegiant right into Louisville for like $55.
Really?
Yes, and that is why I have suddenly become a fan of Allegiant, is because you start to realize they go into little airports. Can I tell you, no stress. I mean, one gate agent, no parking, you just pull up, you park, you walk in, there's no security line.
Is there room between the seats?
Yes, however, I will say there is no padding on the seat. So my first comment to my daughter was, if we hit the brakes hard on landing, do not let your head go forward because it was sheer metal on the back, you know, so you're missing a little of the, you know,
If you're looking
luxury.
for quick one way and you're willing to give away some creature comforts.
Exactly.
Because, you know, you will pay extra for all the things that would
if
normally
it's an
be
hour,
included.
I mean, what's an
Yeah,
hour?
you know what? Sometimes, like you're saying, I just want to get in. The opportunity to go to Louisville for the Derby would have
Right.
never been on my radar. So now to know you can go for 55-ish one way, that's great.
If you're gone, we'll
Absolutely.
know what
Yeah,
happened.
but I want to know at what point did padding on seats become an action?
Well, you know.
From cargo, really, at that point.
Exactly. That was pretty much it. But other than that, low stress, low maintenance, and low cost. So there are some bonuses.
There you go.
I would do it
I would
again.
try that.
I
That
would do
sounds
it
good.
again, having done it this
I
weekend.
smell a field trip.
Absolutely. Ooh, you're in a field trip mood. He
I
said that
am.
yesterday, too.
I
All
am. It's to
right,
travel.
we're going to take you up on it. It is time for our first hot topic, and there is a big update on the Bayfront 2020 project, and it appears to be at the expense of a Suncoast staple. 3 concept designs are on the table for the 53 acres of city-owned Bayfront property. The former Gee Whiz, gone on all 3 plans, and our purple cow, the Van Wezel, not showing up on the 3 proposed plans. There has reportedly been no pushback from the city of Sarasota, so now it'll be left up to the community to decide whether or not the current Van Wezel facility be repurposed or demolished. This shocked me that it
We've
is
got
not.
to have a performing arts hall here. We've got to have
Yep.
that. I'll be the protester. If nobody else is protesting, I'll make myself a sign.
Well, and my first question was, are we not talking about having a performing arts hall there, or just not that one?
It's not that one. There's all the talk has that there will be some sort of performing arts hall there, and the Van Wezel has got their own plans going on that will come into this discussion. But I think the idea, my understanding of it is, the idea is that it may not be worth saving.
Right now, and same thing. They are structural concerns.
There's structural
They're
concerns.
yes.
You know, they remodeled it years ago, and we saw how well that went over in the community. There's just there's a lot of problems with it. But you know, I have 2 historic buildings, so the idea of tearing one down is painful. But I think that's where they're at. But that's what the community part is for, so people can
Yes,
speak
so people
up.
So
can
we have
speak.
to stand up and not complain afterwards. about
Afterwards,
something.
This
now's
could be
your
an
chance.
opportunity too. I mean, I can't speak for the Van Wezel, but it's possible that they would love a middle aisle, you know?
Oh my goodness.
and this might be an
Absolutely.
opportunity in a new building, or you know, to have some of the things that they've been yearning
We
for.
talk
As a patron,
frequently.
I would
Yes.
love a middle.
We talk frequently with Mary Benzel, and she wants to bring other shows here that have not been able
Yeah.
to be here because of the limitations
Yeah,
of the
we
Van
need
Wezel.
more room on
Yeah.
the stage and behind the stage.
Yeah,
Backstage,
so this,
yes.
there could be opportunity here, especially if Van Wezel is going to bring some of their own options or plans
Yeah,
to
but
the
we
forefront.
can't
Yeah.
get rid of the performing arts
No,
hall.
God,
No,
No,
I don't
absolutely
think that's
not.
the idea.
Oh,
I
good.
think
You
that's
make me
going
feel
to
much
stay.
better with
that.
But the Van Wezel's got some big ideas.
Well,
and more
good.
power to them.
Absolutely.
But we'll see where it goes. But I think it's good they've got 3 different plans they're taking input on, and then they're coming back in May with another one that kind of brings it all together. So there's a lot of, they're at least trying to engage the community.
Exactly. And mysuncoast.com has information on where and when the community input sessions are, so you can find that on our news page and get involved. Well, speaking of the Van Wezel, a letter to the editor in the Herald Tribune highlighted an issue that they had over the weekend. So Sunday afternoon was the Florida Wine Fest on the lawn of the Van Wezel. It included some loud pop music. However, it competed with the Sarasota Orchestra Red Violin concert inside the hall, and the loud pop music could reportedly be heard inside as well. So the writer pointed out that the Van Wezel needs to do a better job scheduling to avoid that loud rock outside in competition with the classical sounds inside. So Rebecca, multiple venues, multiple stages. We thought you could certainly
I know a thing
understand.
or two about this.
Yeah, you know, do you know and hope it doesn't happen? Do you?
My guess on this is they didn't know that that was going to happen.
Right.
That you do not expect the music from outside to come in. But you know, that was one of my things with Thunder by the Bay.
Yes.
I ended up getting motorcycle noise in the theaters. They were so
Yeah.
loud.
I was in the opera when
yeah.
Thunder by the Bay came through. And wow, you didn't hear a word from us.
Well, and that's not okay. I mean, nothing against Thunder by the Bay, but if
No,
I'm a
it's scheduled.
ticket-paying patron, I want to hear the show.
Yeah.
Yes,
But, yeah,
yes,
so-
it's everybody getting together and working out a plan.
And often you find out after. I mean, I'm sure Mary this morning is going, okay, can't do that again.
Right.
Sure, because she's probably she schedules her season a year in advance.
Right.
So how do you know which
Yes.
event will be there? We did a tour of West Side Story in Italy that played all outdoor venues, and I saw a lot of stress one night on our stage manager, and I realized it's because we were butting up against a street festival. So the last scene of West Side Story, just to summarize, is very dramatic, and it's a monologue, and all of a sudden we started hearing in the background as she's trying to deliver this monologue. So, I think the audience hopefully can turn it off as best they can, but in some cases it's completely different.
I was going to say, a
genre.
violin with the symphony is not going to compete well with loud pop music.
Yes,
So unfortunately, these things do happen. All right, here's a fun question. Who does the dishes in your relationship? According to the Council of Contemporary Families, dishwashing causes more relationship distress than any other household task. The study goes on to say that for women, sharing that chore is more important than any other. And couples who share the chore have better relationships and better sex than couples where women do most of the washing. Is dishwashing an important factor in your world?
I use a dishwasher. But my husband once said, when I was putting the dishes in the dishwasher, he said, oh, my first wife always washed them before she put them in. From then on, he got to put the dishes in the dishwasher.
And there's always the pans that are left and the knives that you can't put in the dishwasher, and I leave them stacked up on the side because I typically cooked.
No good sentence ever starts with my first wife.
True.
For the sake of my marriage, we have gone to we eat out.
Oh, that's a
That
great
works.
idea.
Well, Joey, you're cooking a lot.
I am cooking a
So, doing dishes as well,
We
or
started
sharing?
to do dishes together actually very recently, so this is pretty timely. I have noticed though that depending on how you grew up, I'm a soaker. So if there's
I'm a
a
soaker.
pan, I will soak it. I think he thinks that I'm leaving it, so I don't want to do it. But I'm more like, no, if it soaks for about an hour, it'll
Right.
be easier to clean.
Right.
But
he
don't
thinks I'm
you
just
use a
procrastinating.
dishwasher?
We do, but for some things I don't want
Do you
to
put
put in there.
pots and pans in the
soak it.
dishwasher?
Yeah.
Occasionally,
Soaking is part of the
yes. I
process.
use pots and pans.
I was going to say, I do know you eat lean cuisine and you don't have to wash any pans as
Takes
a
a lot of
result.
trouble.
I can understand, rincing things off before we put them in the dishwasher, but if you're fully washing dishes before you put them in the dishwasher,
What's the point?
Yes, give
Yeah.
yourself
Or get a new
break.
dishwasher.
Your
That's
life
how
can
my
be-
mother was. She would make us wash the dishes before we put them in the dishwasher. I never understood
It's like people that
this.
clean the house before the housekeeper comes over.
Yes.
I do that.
I do that. Or else your stuff disappears. All right, well, if you've ever had a bad experience with your office refrigerator, you will love our next topic. So writer Zach Toscani told his story on Twitter. A coworker had his shrimp fried rice stolen, and they let the coworker watch the security footage to see where it went. Apparently someone took it out of the fridge and just tossed it in the trash. They didn't even eat it, so it wasn't sitting there or leaving a smell, and everybody was like, why would this happen? Well, the story ended with the culprit saying, well, she knew absolutely nothing about it and denied even doing it. What is it about office fridges? Why do things disappear? Why do people touch your food and eat it? Why can't we share salad dressing? I mean, the whole thing is like a mystery of bad behavior.
It is a source of so many office fights. I mean, even
Yes.
at the theater, we have several fridges in different areas, and they are always the center of dissension. Basically, our problem is they get too much stuff in them. And
Right. People don't take it home.
They don't
Yeah.
take it home. They start
They
moving
forget
it
about
around.
it when they bring it.
And the stealing of Diet Cokes. There's a culprit in my office that steals my Diet Cokes, and I'm after them.
Well, can you believe somebody caught on camera would still deny that they did it?
It's amazing what people deny when caught on camera.
Right? Well, it's like stinky food. So there's like two behaviors, right? So it's like what you leave in the fridge and then what you throw out of someone else's,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of like passive aggressive
Right.
notes in fridges.
Yes, we've had that.
Or just, this was fried shrimp and it stinks, I'm throwing it out. So it's like a little microcosm of how people live their lives.
Yeah,
it's
I
like a little
got,
community.
these are Rebecca's. They are not free.
Oh, that's hysterical. And I carry a little like lunch cooler with the cold pack in it so that I don't have to go near the office fridge. That's my
see, there you
solution, is
go.
just staying away. And I bring my own Diet Coke for that very reason. All right, well, we are feeling the winter here on the Suncoast, our version, with just a little rain. But up north, it is a whole different version. And in New York, they have absolutely had enough. Police in Depew, New York have officially issued a warrant for the person they believe is responsible for the winter not ending. Punxsutawney Phil is out of there. They want to cooperate with the groundhog. They said they will overlook his recent transgressions as long as this stops. Because think about it. He made his prediction on what, February 2nd? That was supposed to be 6 weeks, which was mid-March, and it is still snowing in upstate New York. It
Family
snowed
in
yesterday in
Syracuse.
Oh,
yeah.
I know the Rays game got delayed, I believe.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I did a live shot with Punxsutawney Phil once. He bit me.
You don't have good luck with
You
animals.
should call the Depew police. They're probably, they need your...
They're still looking for him for that. Yes.
Well, we are glad we're here where winter is nowhere to be found. All right, we're going to check out our happy hour forecast, speaking of the weather. And when we come back, some good news from Goodwill.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Another snowstorm is heading over the northern plains and upper Mississippi Valley as well. Could dump up to a foot of snow there over the next several days. For us, it's rainfall, and it has been heavy. About 11:30, 12 o'clock, it came heavy along Anna Maria Island, and in fact, over 3 inches reported out on the island, 3.44 from a weather station there. Ed Goff supplying that. Also at the Bradenton Country Club, well plus 3 inches there, 2.5 over northwest Bradenton. That prompted the National Weather Service to issue a flood advisory for western Manatee County. That has since expired. The news is the showers were heavy, and now they have shifted down South Sarasota into Venice, Northport, and Inglewood right now. More heavy rain expected in those areas. Light rain now over Manatee County, so not nearly as bad as it had been, but still light rain continuing over all of Manatee County at this time, with the heaviest rain near Northport, even the possibility of some small hail there with some frequent lightning. We'll have more on the update coming up at 5 o'clock. See you then.
There are more than 1,400 kids in the foster care system here on the Suncoast, but being a foster kid can be tough, especially on birthdays and holidays. In today's Good News from Goodwill, Vice President Veronica Brandon Miller and Svetlana Kaminsky from the Children's Guardian Fund are both here to tell us how they are trying to make foster kids' birthdays a little bit brighter. What a phenomenal idea. Tell us about this new initiative.
So celebrating birthdays is not new to the Children's Guardian Fund, and we partner with them on multiple facets. But when we heard about the birthday, we said, how can we be involved? Because a nice gift card from Goodwill can go a very long way.
Great
And
idea.
also, it's a twofold, because when we get money to buy the gift cards for the children in foster care, we're also creating jobs. So
That makes sense.
why not support Goodwill so we can support the Children's Guardian Fund?
I love this. Svetlana, tell me about birthdays and the importance of them, especially in the foster care world.
Well, for Children's Guardian Fund birthdays, it really goes way back to '95 when it was established by guardian ad litem volunteers who realized that kids coming into the foster care, many of them have never had a birthday. And a lot of the birthdays were being uncelebrated. So they got together and worked hard to just provide a $20 Publix gift card to make sure that children could have a cake on their birthday. From there, we've grown, but that's our roots, is birthday gift cards, and we've transferred that to a Walmart birthday gift card, and the amounts have grown over the years, so we're at $35 Walmart. But many of you know that $35 at Walmart, especially for the older kids, is not going to get you very much.
Right.
So we're so excited about the $35 at Goodwill, because that's going to be so fun for our kids.
That goes a long way.
yes.
So have you been able to start this, so see the transition and see some shopping?
We've seen a little.
Okay,
We've seen a
good,
little.
good.
And thanks to the generous donation of 2 donors, the Higgins family and the Sullivan family, but we need more.
Okay.
So we're encouraging people who want to help celebrate some child's birthday or teen. Let's face it, there's a lot of teens.
Absolutely. Who probably need it more than anyone. To be
Yes.
honest, it's tough to
Exactly.
be a teen. Tough to be a teen in
And they want
foster
to pick
care.
out their own thing.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, and
So-
it teaches you to shop and be thrifty when you shop.
Exactly. And don't get me wrong, we're giving them a coupon, a 25% off coupon along with that. So just imagine, and also we said $35, but it's larger amounts for the teens. So with the coupon going to Goodwill, you could have like 5 outfits.
Yes,
I mean, why
which
not?
is so
Oh,
exciting. So what do you
my.
need people to do? To come into Goodwill and purchase gift cards or simply donate? How does this work?
Donate.
Okay.
Donate. Either go to Goodwill Minnesota's website or the Children's Guardian website, and it says Celebrate You. So you're actually helping the Celebrate You Fund.
That's really amazing.
yeah.
This is also nice because not only does it get the children an opportunity to celebrate their birthday by shopping for themselves, but it also introduces them to Goodwill and a lot of the programs and services that you have that they might not know about. And we hope that they won't need all of them per se, but they're there.
Right, exactly. And we're thrilled because anytime we can help those who are in need, yes, definitely come to Goodwill.
Following up with what Joey said, I mean, you know, with all the different education programs, with all the different job placement programs, you know, we want the teens especially to understand that Goodwill is there for them, for the job support, for the, you know, education support. So I think it's a very good way to continue to
No
spread
matter
that.
where you come from, I always feel like you should have one day a year that is for you. You know, that, so your birthday is
Absolutely.
the idea that
Me
someone
day.
wouldn't. Yes,
Yeah.
Right.
the idea that someone wouldn't celebrate that yet. I just think it's amazing what you're doing.
Of course, you can go to Goodwill and have a me day quite often.
Linda's not waiting for her birthday, but
Oh, yeah.
we are certainly glad. So tell me, Svetlana, when you see that child for the first time understand that it's their birthday and this is special and that you're helping to make it special, what kind of reactions do you see?
Oh, it's so sweet. Guardians write us notes all the time, and kids, the little ones, draw little cartoon characters. One of them sent in a gift card, thank you card with the gift card with the rocket fuel on fire sort of gift card drawing, and he said thank you for the love and bad spelling, poor him.
Right, but
It
the
just
message
touches
got
your
across.
heart because, again, they never had anyone who cared
I
before.
can't believe they
This
never
is a
had
wonderful
birthdays.
way to make a difference in somebody's
Yes.
life, and it's so easy to do, and it's something that'll really make a huge impact. So we're excited to learn about Celebrate You, to find out more about this initiative and all the different programs at Goodwill, and to donate so that a foster child can celebrate a birthday. Go to the Goodwill website, experiencegoodwill.org. Coming up next, Joey has a tech update for us. Stay with us.
This is so great.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, you know, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
The Wild Broadway series brings you Funny Girl. Fanny Bryce dreams of being famous and through sheer guts and determination becomes a star of the Ziegfeld Follies. Playing March 28th through April 15th, it's the songs and story that generations have grown to love. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. Don't rain on my parade. Come see Funny Girl.
CashNet USA is trusted by over 2 million customers.
Perfect. When I lean back, I trust that you will be there to catch me.
Okay, bad idea, bad idea.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
We are problem solvers striving for answers. Relevancy on every platform. We are driven to create content that's compelling, engaging, where it matters. We are neighbors that care about solutions, believers in making a difference, leaders, innovating in an exciting era of multimedia, reaching to always be the gold standard in our evolving landscape. We are Raycom Media. Find your opportunity today.
Watch ABC7 wherever you are. Just search ABC7 on your streaming device to keep up with the Suncoast from the comfort of your couch. Download ABC7 now to watch us on TV anytime you want. ABC7, we're here for you wherever you are.
It's been a big week for tech news. Many of us anxiously watching our Facebook news feed to find if our privacy has been interrupted.
Yes, yes. So this has been, I think everyone's been talking about this because Facebook made a big announcement. We all know, of course, about the Cambridge Analytica data breach, possible data breach. So they made an announcement that they would start to notify individual users on Monday. And I was watching, we're all watching. This morning I woke up and I got a notification that it looked like a form letter. So I'm not going to say that I don't believe that it's specific, but it does tell me that
Oh, that's what it looks like.
it said that a friend of mine used this one particular app that's been hitting the news a lot called This Is Your Digital Life. They discontinued this app, I believe, in 2015, by the way, and that it compromised some of my information, or possibly compromised, which is what makes me feel like it's a little bit of a form letter.
Was this in your feed?
This was first thing I got on my mobile Facebook app, and it was the top thing.
Top of the feed,
Yes.
okay.
And I can't access it anymore, so it wasn't a notification that I keep. So I actually screenshot it because I figured we'd want to talk about this.
Right.
The thing that confused me was it doesn't really tell me what to do from here. So I've been reading a lot, and the thing, we're seeing Facebook scramble to try to adjust their privacy settings and make them a little bit more out in the open.
Right.
The best thing to do right now is go into your settings, whether it's on your phone or on your computer. Computer's a little easier to view. Go down to apps under settings, and then just look and see all of the third-party apps that you've allowed to use your Facebook page. And my personal advice is delete the ones that you don't care about. If there's some crazy quiz that you took 3 years ago, delete it. If it's something like Uber or Netflix that you sign in using your Facebook and you want to continue doing that, then go ahead. Just know that if you delete an app, it will give you a warning that it could possibly delete your account with that third-party app.
Oh, right, because you might be registered under Facebook.
So if you're going to delete Groupon, Living Social, Netflix, Uber, anything you might be using, just double check that you're not going to delete your entire account.
Right.
But so we're keeping an eye on that.
All right.
That's good to know.
Yeah, so next, all right, on a happier note, Apple announced that they are going to unveil a special edition of the iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus with a red aluminum body. So I have the 7 and I absolutely love it. But this is all part of their partnership with the nonprofit RED that works to fight AIDS and HIV in Africa, and it's National AIDS Awareness Day. So it's kind of a nice announcement for today. So the money will go toward, a portion will go toward that nonprofit, and they will hit the stores on Friday.
Well,
I love
already
mine.
have a red one.
I have the 7s. Now they're doing the 7 Plus. Now
Now
they're doing
you
the 8,
don't
8 Plus.
keep a case on that typically, or
I
you
do. I took it off for this, but I have a clear one because
you
why am
wanna
I
see
gonna
the
buy-
red.
Why am I going to buy this pretty phone and then cover it up?
Well, I kind of feel like that because I have the rose gold, but there always has a case on it. So it's like I don't even get to enjoy. But I do love that red.
So it was a fun announcement for the week, and then
yeah.
that should hit the stores on Friday. All right, this one I've been obsessed with. There's a new wearable tech. It's a headset. It's coming out of MIT, and people are calling it a mind-reading tech. That's not exactly what it is.
What?
It's called the Alter Ego. And what it does, it's not a mind reader. That's only partially true. It picks up on something that they're calling silent speech. So the example I can give is, if you look at your desk and you see, and you think to yourself, I would like to pick up my mug. Your brain apparently sends signals to your face and your vocal cord muscles.
No.
Kind of like when you're learning
That's
to read.
creepy.
You know, when you learn to read, you would read out loud, and then you would learn to read silently.
No.
It's that
That's creepy.
communication.
Why would you need this?
Good question. It can work with about 92% accuracy. Some of the applications we might see are you could be looking at your TV, your Netflix, and think, I want to turn the volume down. And it'll pick up on small impulses in the brain and on the face to turn it down. Bigger ones, this is where it gets scary. It can give information back to you. Like if you're playing chess, you could access like a artificial intelligence, or if you're looking at someone thinking, ooh, what's her last name? It can access your contacts in your phone or in your cloud and then give it back
What
to
if
you.
I look at you and think I don't really like you right now, and it may send you a text and tell you that?
Right now, it stays within you, so it's an internal,
that's
closed
creepy.
I
loop
see
system.
lots of fights and arguments.
Yes,
with
big
married
stuff coming out of
couples.
MIT, but we will probably see a preview of this later in tech.
All right, don't bring that in here. That's
No.
scary to me. All right, coming up next, we're going to get ready for this year's Kentucky Derby.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories, custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
One of the motivating factors for me to become a Big Brother was that I was mentored as a youth. And it was important for me to kind of pass forward the things that were kind of given to me. It's really just as simple as getting to know a kid. You don't have to be an athlete, you don't have to be rich, you don't have to have any of those other things. You just have to be willing to spend a little time and help mold some young person's life.
Everyone's buzzing about Suncoast View.
I like watching the Suncoast View.
I like the Suncoast View.
The cooking segments, I love the recipes. The theater segments are terrific.
Join Stephanie Roberts, Linda Carson, and special guests on Suncoast View for hot topics, everyday issues, celebrities, food, fashion, fitness, and everything in between. Nothing is off limits.
They're just fun.
For smart, fun talk in the afternoon, watch Suncoast View, weekdays at 4 on ABC 7.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
You know, fortunately, this was my first job out of college, so I was able to come back home and work in my hometown. I wore 2 hats. I was sports director and I was a news anchor. I did that for a few years and then decided to go full-time into news. Well, I love our team here at ABC 7. We have a great mix, and it really is a great mix of personalities, of experience that meshes really well into a really strong team. I'm Scott Dennis, and I'm here for you.
The Kentucky Derby is called the greatest 2 minutes in sports, and leading up to that big race are days of events and parties. But you don't have to travel to Kentucky to enjoy all of those festivities. Tracy Spalsbury from the Sarasota YMCA, also known as our very own Wendy Ross's daughter.
That's true.
We've known
Claim her
her
fame.
since she was a baby, is here to give us some ideas to plan our own Kentucky Derby celebrations here. It's the traditions, I think. Tracy, tell us a little about the background of the Derby.
Sure. So I think what's so great about the Derby is because of the traditions, roses are huge, and so red and gold and those types of hues are amazing. And you know what woman doesn't like to get a rose here and there? So back in the day, the reason there's 554 roses given out to the winner is because a gentleman liked to give them out to all the ladies in a pre-party. So this is dating way back to the beginning, which is pretty neat. So you'll
When there
see
were only
that.
554 women they wanted to give them to.
Exactly,
When did it
only
change
that.
to the horse getting the roses?
Yeah, I know. I'm not really sure when that transfer happened, and I don't think anybody likes that. Yeah.
The horse doesn't care.
No, the horse definitely doesn't care. But it is, I mean, you know, for me, I love sports, but 2 minutes, who can't put up with 2 minutes? I mean, God knows I love 2 minutes. So it's fun for me. But I think what's so great is that you get to really be part of it with the hats and the dresses and everybody. It's such a great theme.
It's more about a party now,
It
right?
is.
I mean, of course, there is the horse race, but it's the celebrating
But it's
leading
got to
up
be
to
tradition.
It. Yes.
It's got to be, even the food and drink, it's got to be tradition.
Yeah, Southern fare, I mean, the whole 9. I mean, if you ever have to do a tasting anywhere, let me tell you, when they just put all the plates out, it's fantastic.
And mint
Fantastic.
julep. Oh, I know that drink.
Yes.
Being a Georgia girl, that's very, very Southern.
It is. It's very Southern, so it's a very delicious drink for sure.
And we actually have one from our friends at State Street to celebrate.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've got one.
So fight over.
There's
It's
a
right in front of
pause
me,
while
so
we
I'm
decide
gonna. No, I'm just kidding.
Who gets
Yeah.
the drink?
Yes, who gets it? Yeah.
Well, now there are going to be a lot of things going on up there, but it worries me about everything being so casual nowadays, because the Derby is very specific in what you wear.
Right.
And I just know people are going to show up there in shorts. They do at the opera here.
It's true. It has gotten a little bit more laid back, although I think if you are in Millionaire's Row, they get a little bit more dressy, you know, kind of Pretty Woman style. But I would say that, you know, really the hats are the centerpiece, right? So people kind of pick their hat first, and then they pick their dress. In fact, I did the same thing today. When I knew I was going to wear hot pink, because that's my spirit animal color, I decided that I had to do black because this was the focal point. So exactly, I mean, it's hats, and it is still dressy. Seersucker, which I love because I went to school in South Carolina. So seersucker's great for the men and the women, but who doesn't love a bow tie? I mean, I love a bow tie.
So how did this hat tradition come about?
You know, I think, I don't know exactly how it came about, but I will say that with the hats, I would assume back in the day in the 1800s, it was likely just because hats were such a thing.
Right,
But then I think they just got really bigger and bigger and bigger, and you know, the bigger the better in the South.
Yes, that's
We
how you
tried
get
to outdo
noticed.
each other,
In
yes.
the 1800s, you actually needed the hat. That was the shade. This is an outdoor sport.
Right.
So that's
No sunscreen then. Yeah.
no sunscreen.
So you actually brought us a nice selection of hats. First, tell us where they're from.
So we work with a milliner who is in New York City, and her name is Christine Miller, and she makes these gorgeous hats, and they're all absolutely stunning and handmade. And I would say that, you know, for these hats, you know, you can find one for everybody. I mean, we had a great time sort of fitting one. And so she has been doing this. I think she started in the 90s, and she's been the milliner for the Triple Crown.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's pretty exciting. And she loves spreading that wealth down here, which is fantastic.
So everything from, I like when the guys get represented in fashion, because normally we're boring and we can't be. So everything from these hats to, this is a fascinator, right? Like what you have?
Yes. So you've got the fedora for the men, the fascinators, which I think are really great when you're in a ballroom or a bigger area and you're with your date and you're not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, this would be hard to do all evening. I'm a little scared to
You
move my
can't get
head.
two Lindas in an elevator with that
These
hat.
are called picture hats.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch women like hugging when they see each other when they're wearing the big hats. Yeah, or you can go from the fascinator, which is really fun, to these larger hats, but depending on where I mean, there's huge brims, there's smaller ones, shorter brims, so really you have a great variety.
Now, we always think of the YMCA, who's very involved here, in being a place to go for fitness. So you're involved in celebrating the Kentucky Derby. Tell me about that.
We are, and I think, you know, before I go into that, I brought you some models.
Oh, I love models.
Is that okay? Can
Yes.
I bring them
Yes.
out?
Oh, I love models,
Yeah,
yes.
so I've got some models that are helping out with us today, and they are wearing some gorgeous hats.
Oh, wow.
So Regina, who's wearing this beige hat, is going to turn for us because on the back you can see this gorgeous bow.
Oh, I love that.
And Christine Millenor is just absolutely stunning in making these bows handmade, hand by silk. I mean, they're absolutely stunning and gorgeous.
And it looks beautiful with that outfit.
I mean, yes, she really dressed the part, didn't she? So this is very derby style. Regina's really doing such a great job. Thank you. And Chris is wearing this gorgeous fascinator, which, I mean, it is silk. That is silk, beautiful kind of ribbon with the fun feathers. I think feathers are always something to add to an accessory. So I think it's also great because it pops. It's like this big pop right there.
Small hat, big attention.
Yeah, small hat, big attention. And then Priscilla is wearing another gorgeous hat that has a shorter brim on the back, which makes it really easy for traveling or sitting in your car, which is great. And those beautiful, I mean, just you can tell the intricacies of those bows. So, I mean, really, you can't go wrong in any kind of style you decide that's right for you.
Oh boy, and we're bringing it home to the Suncoast too. You guys look awesome. I'd like every one of those hats, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would. Yeah, we'll just pack them on up. Yeah.
So you mentioned, girls. You mentioned that the Y then is giving us an opportunity to get in the Derby spirit right here.
We are, yes. So on May 5th, we are hosting a Derby Dreams Gala at the Ritz-Carlton. And so really it's a great time because, you know, during season, everyone's dressing up in all these gowns, which is fantastic and so much fun. But like you said, we kind of bring it down a little, right? So you can wear these great hats and these fun dresses. And so it's really great for us to be able to party together and have a good time with our mission. And like you were saying earlier, we are more than a wellness
Yes, you are. Tell
center.
me about that. Where does the money go from the gala?
We have so many great programs. And really what I think people don't know is our social side, which is we've got, we handle all the foster care and adoptions for 3 counties. We have a youth shelter. So we really have a lot of great things going on over at the Y. So come check it out.
Oh, yes, and enjoy the party because you can attend that party. There's still plenty of time. It's called Going for the Gold Derby Dreams Gala. It is coming up on Saturday, May the 5th. You can get more information and have fun with these great hats. Go to the Sarasota YMCA website. Next, Florida Studio Theater gives us a new twist on Shakespeare.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station. This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jess Daldrick. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A Manatee County school bus driver convicted of soliciting prostitution learns whether or not he'll keep his job. And the latest on an officer-involved shooting that left 4 people injured in Sarasota. Now let's get a first check on our first alert weather with Bob.
Thanks, Jess. A big rain has fallen across parts of Manatee County. In fact, Anna Maria reporting over 3 inches in just a short period of time. Flooding has been a problem, but that's starting to recede now as the heavy rain has shifted into South Sarasota County. That's where the advisories are coming out now, but boy, it came fast and furious, and rainfall rates up to 3 inches an hour, and that certainly will cause flooding as a result of the runoff. Right now, Punta Gorda getting the heavy rainfall. Arcadia, look out. Flooded streets and roadways, big concern there, but lesser amounts of rain now from Englewood northward up into Manatee counties. Things are calming down for now. Complete details of the forecast coming up at 5.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC 7 News app. Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
If you've overheard someone talking about this case, give us a call. Even the most minute part of information that you might have might be the break that we need in this case.
It has been 7 months since Jabez Spann went missing. Someone knows something. What is known, what's not known, the effort to find answers. I'm Alan Cohn. Be part of the answer. Watch the Trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
You can see a side of William Shakespeare that you may have never seen before at Florida Studio Theater in Shakespeare's Greatest Hits. It's a tongue-in-cheek musical review with songs inspired by the famous bard. And cast members Galen Murphy Hoffman and Samantha Joy Perlman are here, along with one of the creators of the show, our guest host, Rebecca Hopkins. Now, you joined us back in February when the show first opened, but for people that may not have caught it, let us know, tell us what the show is about.
Sure. So like you said, it's a review of music inspired by William Shakespeare, and we get to sing a vast array of musical styles, from West Side Story to Kiss Me Kate to medieval madrigals. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, nice. We also do sections of Shakespeare texts that help us celebrate Shakespeare's influence on songwriters throughout the years.
Oh, nice. So it's a nice kind of history lesson with some fun, obviously, thrown in, because I know that's your brand.
It's all history. Definitely not. There are a few moments we're making some stuff up.
We have some fun with it.
Yeah. Oh, good. And in the cabaret at FST, that's a great place to do it. I know it's enjoying a long run. Audiences are loving it. What is the response you get from night to night? Is it the same or does it vary?
Oh, the theater is so alive every night. It's different every night. I mean, each show we get to ask the audience who here loves Shakespeare, who here hates Shakespeare, and by the end, everyone is just completely taken by the show and just having a good time with us and leaving the theater moved and laughing, and it's a party every night.
There are definitely sections of our show where people are laughing all the time because we have some really funny jokes.
That sounds like Rebecca's brand of show.
But we also get sections where they're really listening to some more profound and more serious moments.
Well, we were noting that it isn't always now required reading in school anymore, and so with that in mind, I'm a little nervous, but you have some, you're going to quiz our knowledge of all things Shakespeare, so you came up with a little game for us, so let's start.
I'm nervous.
Don't be. It's going to be fun.
I can see your cards.
Yeah, right.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, I won't ask this question to you. Okay. Okay, in your estimation, how many words did Shakespeare introduce to the English language? A, 30, B, 300, C, 3,000.
I'm going to go
I know the
C.
answer.
Linda and I are both on C.
Phone a
C.
friend.
C.
I'm going to stick with them C.
That is correct.
Nicely done.
Oh boy, we got one right.
Feeling good, right?
Yes.
Feeling good. All right. How many plays did Shakespeare write in his lifetime?
Oh my.
A, 13, B, 37, C, 58.
Oh.
I feel like he wrote more than we know,
I
right?
do too.
So I'm going to go C.
I'm going to go
58.
C too.
I'd probably go B.
B is the correct.
Oh!
You didn't know I was a literature freak, did you?
You gave Shakespeare more credit than he's due with the amount of plays he wrote. Right? How many sonnets did he write? A, 26, B, 49, C, 154.
Okay, now you got me scared. I'm going to go for B.
Well, there's multiple sonnets in a play, right? I'm going to go C.
I agree with Joey.
C.
I think there's a lot of sonnets.
C is the correct.
Oh! Okay, which of Shakespeare's plays has not had an opera written of it?
Uh-oh.
A, The Tempest, B, King Lear, or C, The Merchant of Venice?
I think A.
I think A.
I agree.
I think
Rebecca?
A.
A.
I don't know. I think it would be C.
C is correct. That's
She's
right.
the ringer over here. What did I say? She knows the answers,
It
right?
was good for you. All right.
Catherine the Great of Russia adapted a Shakespeare play and titled it What It Is to Have Linen and Buck Baskets. What was the original play's title? A, Merry Wives of Windsor, B, The Winter's Tale, or C, Much Ado About Nothing?
Oh, it's got to be Much Ado About Nothing.
Yeah.
Who cares about those baskets?
I like that. I like that answer, although the correct answer is A, Merry Wives of Windsor.
This is why you shouldn't change the Shakespeare's titles, right?
Right?
All right, we're going to do one more.
All right, we have time
Okay,
for
one more. Okay. True or false? In his will, Shakespeare bequeathed to his wife, Anne Hathaway, the royalties for all his plays.
Ooh, the Anne Hathaway.
False. False, because we wouldn't be performing them today if we still had to play.
Yes, that's right. I said
Very logical.
That is true, and he actually designated that she should have the second best bed. That's what he left her in his will.
You liked her that much, guys.
Yeah, not the best one.
Romance is not dead. Even though he is. Well, Shakespeare's Greatest Hits is at Florida Studio Theater now through June 10th. For tickets and information, you can visit their website. Coming up next, the Ringling College Library Association announces the next town hall lineup, and you're going to love a couple of the names.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Florida Studio Theater presents Blue Suede Shoes, celebrating the birth of rock and roll. From the father of rock and roll, Chuck Berry, to the king himself, Elvis Presley, this musical review features such great hits as Rock Around the Clock, Mustang Sally, Johnny Be Good, and of course, Blue Suede Shoes. Critics are calling Blue Suede Shoes a burst of rock history, dynamic and high voltage. Audiences are calling it phenomenal. Blue Suede Shoes has been held over by popular demand. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting FloridaStudioTheater.org.
When money's tight and emergencies arise, CashNetUSA.com is available 24/7 to deliver quick loans for approved customers when they need it the most.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC 7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC 7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC 7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android. Thanks to all of you who participated in ABC 7's Caribbean Cruise Giveaway Contest. Join us as we celebrate our grand prize winner, Joy Spakowski of Northport. Married for 13 years in June, Joy and her husband, Don, are excited to celebrate their anniversary on a spectacular 7-night luxury Caribbean cruise for two. Congratulations, Joy and Don. Bon voyage. ABC 7, we're here for you. Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining. Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC 7 to get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. ABC 7, we're here for you.
The Ringling College Library Association has announced its lineup for next year's Town Hall Lecture Series, including Shaquille O'Neal. And it's not just about basketball. He's going to talk about his successful branding and product lines. Former FBI Director James Comey will be speaking on his service through the past 5 years at the FBI. No doubt that could be interesting. Wikipedia founder Jimmy Wales will speak on his tech expertise, and Caroline Kennedy scheduled to be here as well. So lots coming up next year from the Ringling series. Coming up next, right now, State Street in the kitchen. We're getting ready for the Derby.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device.
Want to know a secret? If you're looking for the best selection of area rugs at an unbelievable price, the only place you need to look is Rugs is Art. I know what you're thinking. Expensive, right? Wrong. Rugs is Art has the largest selection of area rugs on the west coast of Florida in a variety of styles, with 8x11 area rugs starting at $199. Largest selection, personalized service, and unbelievably low prices. You'll find it all at Rugs is Art.
Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Jess Dowdrick. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. The city of Holmes Beach is taking steps to make their community safer after a number of car accidents involving pedestrians. Taking a quick look at first alert traffic, right now the northbound lanes of I-75 are slow moving, stretching from the Clark Road exit all the way north to the Lakewood Ranch exit. Now let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Bob.
Thanks, Jazz. So we have had some heavy rain falling now across parts of the Suncoast. It's starting to lessen now into Manatee County. Still light rain falling across parts of Manatee County, but we're starting to see some breaks in that rainfall. The heaviest rain by far over Arcadia. It has slipped past Inglewood and Northport, although you're still getting light rainfall. The heaviest by far is well to your east and south now. There are more showers developing to the west of us. Holmes Beach, nearly 3.5 inches of rainfall there. 3.6 at Anna Maria. We'll have much more in our forecast coming up at 5.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month.
You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
20 years ago, the moviegoers of Sarasota looked up at the silver screen and wanted something more. And they got exactly what they wanted. 20 years of some of the best independent films from around the world. The most iconic Hollywood stars walking the red carpet. The most glamorous parties in Southwest Florida. 20 years building up to the most exciting announcement in, well, 20 years at the Sarasota Film Festival, April 13th to the 22nd.
Everyone's buzzing about Suncoast View.
I like watching the Suncoast View.
I like the Suncoast View.
The cooking segments, I love the recipes. The theater segments are terrific.
Join Stephanie Roberts, Linda Carson, and special guests on Suncoast View for hot topics, everyday issues, celebrities, food, fashion, fitness, and everything in between. Nothing is off limits.
They're just fun.
For smart, fun talk in the afternoon, watch Suncoast View, weekdays at 4 on ABC 7.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC 7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Coming up Wednesday at 4 on Suncoast View, it is a silent but pervasive problem that goes undiagnosed for many women. We'll talk to a doctor about the nature of pelvic pain and how a new device created right here on the Suncoast can help. We'll peek inside some of the biggest and best houses in Suncoast for sale, million-dollar homes. Plus, we'll journey to space with South Florida Museum's Planetarium, and Blue Mangrove Grill joins us in the kitchen.
Welcome back. We're here with Topher from State Street, where we are actually skipping all the food and getting right to the fun stuff.
Good stuff.
It's happy hour. It's happy hour.
Yeah. And so what do you got for us here?
So today we're going to be doing mint juleps. We're going to use a 10-year-old Russell's Reserve. Then we're also going to be doing my signature old fashioned, which is called the Nutty Professor, with Sarasota Whiskey Society's own barrel pick of Elijah Craig, which is an 11-year and change selected by me and Josh from Gator Club.
Which is appropriate.
Scalzi from Cask and Nail, and the input from all the whiskey guys got together one day. It's one of those things where 11-year-old whiskey, you only get a couple bottles out of it. So we were lucky enough to get about 30 bottles from this. I brought in one for you guys, and we'll do a nice old fashioned with it, so we don't cause up the good flavor of it.
Okay, well, let's get started.
Let's hop into this. So for the mint julep today, we're going to be using a Russell's Reserve. It's a nice 10-year-old bourbon that's going to cost you $35-40. So it's really tasty.
So you don't have to spend a fortune.
No, you do not have to break the bank on this, especially when you're doing such a simple cocktail. You need to have a good quality bourbon in there.
And Topher made a very amusing observation that this year's Derby also falls on Cinco de Mayo. So if you're not in the mint julep mood, he does make a killer margarita. I'm just saying, I'm aware.
It's going to be an interesting Saturday.
All right, and it's all Saturday.
And Sunday.
Sunday won't be so fun.
Brunch is going to look really rough. So we're just going to bourbon and just simple syrup inside of this mint julep. We have some fresh mint.
Which smells amazing.
That's what makes it mint julep.
That's what makes it mint julep. I like to rip the mint just a little bit right before I put it in there. You really don't need to shake up the mint too much. You'll start bruising the mint. You'll start getting a lot of that bitter, green flavor out of it if you shake it up too much.
Okay.
So you can smell it, though.
Yeah, exactly. So when you rip it open, all that menthol just comes rushing out of it.
I have a question, and I know some of us can get annoying with, I don't want the simple syrup, hold it. But do we need it in this cocktail?
You do, because there's only 3 ingredients. It's just the mint, it's just a simple syrup, and it's just the bourbon.
And how much simple syrup was that? Like 2 ounces?
I use say 2 parts bourbon to a half part simple syrup.
Oh, so you're not getting much.
No,
and don't feel guilty.
Exactly, and at State Street we use a 5-to-1, so it's really low on the sugar compared to, and we just boil it down real heavy. And then there's another option. I'll show you with this old fashioned that we do. So this is going to be a very similar ratio. We're going to actually go a little bit shorter on it because we're using an orgeat which is an almond sugar.
Is that why it gets this fun name?
Yes, the Nutty
Nutty
Professor.
Professor?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
So it's one of those things where it's an almond and rose water. So it's got this nice light floralness, but it's like agave syrup where it's low on the glycemic index. So you can use a 1/16 of an ounce where you'd have to use a ½ ounce with regular sugar water.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's also good because it's a lot more shelf stable, especially this nice French company Gaffards. They make a great quality product that you can sit there for 6-7 months inside of your bar at home, as opposed to simple syrup, which is going to start fermenting in your fridge within a couple minutes.
Right.
It lasts like 3-4 days, and then all of a sudden it's everywhere.
All right, well, the multitasker.
And they throw ice everywhere.
There's nothing.
Going to State Street.
And you just get, try to dilute these down, get these cold.
And when you go into State Street, the bottles behind the bar, it's like an apothecary.
Yeah.
I love, and you all are always very helpful about telling us, oh, if you liked this one, try this particular.
And there's each one has a different story to it. I mean, you're talking the Wild Turkey right there has 101 years of experience by their 2 head distillers that they have. It's a father-son combo, and they've been literally distilling at Wild Turkey for 101 years this year.
Oh, wow.
And then you have, Elijah Craig, which is actually the father of bourbon. He was actually the gentleman who started charring the barrels in bourbon. They've been making it almost longer than anybody else has. So it's one of those things where I like to go to the old companies and you find the greatest quality out of any of those.
I just like to watch you work.
Old fashions for you guys.
All right.
Yes.
And specially picked whiskey, of course, which plays well for the Whiskey Obsession Festival
Exactly.
coming up.
This would be a fantastic weekend for all the whiskey lovers out there.
Okay, that's very smooth.
Right?
Linda, you've been fighting a cough. This will.
I have a cough. It cures my cough.
We're going to start her on mint julep.
Oh, yes. I'm a Southern girl.
There you go.
State Street Eating House, a great place for happy hour leading right on into dinner. And don't forget on Sunday when you may need some brunch. So, a great place to be. Topher, thank you so much.
Of course, guys.
Very talented mixologist from right here on the Suncoast. So cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers to the Derby.
Happy Derby.
Cheers to Whiskey Obsession, and cheers to everything else going on across the Suncoast. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. We're obviously going to take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.